Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the All Juiced Up EV podcast. Still trying to figure that one out. I know it's been a while, but I figured I'd come back and give you my thoughts on the Rivian R2. And also, just real quick, just wanted to ask if you guys here on the channel, what we do is reviews of EVs and other topics based on EVs. So it could be a lot of things, whether, I'm talking to somebody who owns an EV that has a very unique business, or some thoughts of the vehicles that's out right now that I'm giving my thoughts on about range, the new vehicles that's coming out, and what have you. But without further ado, we're just going to jump right into it. I do have the Rivian website queued up on my other screen here. So as you guys know, RJ Strange and Rivian, they debuted the R2 platform along with the R3 platform. And I guess I could talk about both of those. I must say the Rivian R2 is probably one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen, even though it looks like a very scaled down R1S. But you know what? That's neither here nor there, but this addresses the affordable EV market for Rivian. This is possibly going to be their Model 3 moment, as long as everything goes well. They've shut down production on the plant that they have going on in Georgia, and they said that they're going to make this vehicle in Normal, Illinois. However they're going to do that, I'm pretty sure they have plenty of space to start up a new line, but they pretty much engineered this platform, which is I believe the R2 platform is what they called it. They designed this for scalability and profitability, which is definitely in their biggest interest right now. But as you can see, you have, like I said, what looks like a scaled down Rivian R1S. Does not have a third row seat, so you're only looking at a five-seater here. And right here is where MKBHD, he was able to show that this flap here is housing the NACS connector, which is, for the uninitiated, the North American Charging Standard, or AKA the Tesla charging port, which means this vehicle will be able to access the Tesla Supercharger Network. And at the recording of this video, Rivian has just now, within the last day and a half or so, gotten access to the Rivian, not the Rivian, but the Tesla Supercharging Network, via an adapter that Tesla has produced and sent out to them. Anybody who is a Rivian owner, longstanding Rivian owner, you will get yours first. You just have to update your car, and they should provide you with a QR code that will allow you to go ahead and place a free order for your NACS connector, J3400 is what they're calling it, adapter for your car. So definitely want to do that. Not too much to hear with the handles, but what you can see kind of with the styling here, like I said, this isn't too much different than the R1S, except for the fact that you don't have the silver bezel around the top part of the car. But the interesting thing is, let's take a look at sizing it up. So you're looking at a length of 185.6 inches, or 185 and a half inches. The wheelbase is about 115 inches. And then the design of the lights is still pretty much the same. Height being about 66.9 inches. I am 6'2", which means I am 74 inches. So I am about 8 inches taller than this vehicle. So it's going to seem short. It's going to be kind of like a Range Rover Evoque, I believe is what they call it. And then the width on this car is about 75 inches, ground clearance sitting at 9.8 inches. And if you want to put this up to a Rivian R1S, that's not quite what I was looking for. But yeah, here's the stats on that, which of course you can go see on the Rivian. You can see this on the Rivian website. See, the ground clearance here is definitely a major downgrade, but I mean, this isn't a solely off-road vehicle. This is more so you're just looking to be able to do some adventures in, but not necessarily go complete off-roading like you can with the Rivian R1T and the R1S. Capacity 5 rows, the partial angles are a little bit different. Max wheel and tire diameters, of course, are different. Everything is different in this vehicle. Everything. So yeah, let's get to the features. You're looking at the trunk space, the front space, I'm sorry, which is a little bit less than the R1S and the R1T, but for the size of the vehicle, I think it's going to do what it needs to do. Moving on to the, of course, the accessories that they're going to put on here for adventures, definitely for your bike rack. And they said that there's also accessory ports on here. So there's going to be some proprietary connector that allows them to do a whole bunch of different accessories as well. Getting some air. So one unique thing about this vehicle is that the rear quarter windows actually open out for venting. And then the back window actually rolls down, which is really good because then what happens is you can put all the windows down and all the air is just able to traverse the vehicle and actually go exit out the vehicle in a very aerodynamic way, which that was really good with the powered rear glass. Let's see, better charging. Like I said, the NACS port, NACS charging port, so you'll be able to use NACS or CCS with this vehicle. Also, going to the Rivian Adventure Network as well as Tesla Superchargers. And then this is the R2. It's a connected vehicle platform. So basically multi-vehicle platform that they have here. Means the vehicle will evolve over time through software updates that unlock new features and improve performance. This is exactly what young EV makers or even legacy EV makers should be doing. Developing a platform from the ground up that will scale with multiple vehicles and allow you to control exactly what it is that you want in order to be able to be competitive and be able to get cars to market and be able to develop even more cars for profitability and scalability in this market in order to have sustaining. I have to give Rivian so much credit for this. This is absolutely awesome. So this is something that they've done, and I'm so glad that they did it. I'm trying to find. Yep. Design be adventurous. And then here on the inside, the front seats fold flat as well for all you big campers out there. And then from what they said, that they're supposed to have a special camp mode. So the screen here will turn red and be unobtrusive for when you're trying to sleep. And it looks like there's still a lot of room, even after the back row, in order to store a lot of equipment. You do have the little subfloor, which is not as deep as the Tesla Model Y or the Model 3. It's pretty much, I think, probably about maybe 3 or 4 inches deep, so that you can lay things that are flat in there, and that will not take up a bunch of room. So they also came out with the double glove boxes. Never seen that before. That's definitely one. Since they didn't have it, since they got complaints that they did not have any in their current one, so now they have 2, which is pretty nice. And then it looks like the same kind of charging pad and cup holder. I'm not too much. Now, when you get to the steering wheel, you have these giant contextual wheels, and I'm not sure if they said that they click in, but I do know that they said that Rivian stated that when you're trying to lower and raise the volume, it's contextual. So if it has a max of 100, the scroll will probably scroll longer versus something that has like maybe 3 options. It won't let you go past those options. But this is a really good design. I don't necessarily have a Rivian. I've driven a Rivian R1T before, and I didn't think it was too bad. I mean, it was very Tesla-like. So this is just something that's allowing them to set themselves apart, in my opinion. You still have the light in the door. This is not the 7,777 cell in the connected platform, and which the connected platform runs off the 4695 batteries. So kind of like the 4680 batteries that Tesla engineered and are producing, but they are using 4695s. I can only imagine that they're using like Panasonic or some other battery maker in order to produce this. The connected vehicle platform also allows for structural rigidity, which means the battery is actually part of the structure, or the battery pack is part of the structure, not kind of a second afterthought. Like I said, this provides a lot of structural rigidity, torsional rigidity, so in that way the car stays pretty firm in its stance. Coming 2026 and a starting price at $45,000 before EV and tax incentives. This is interesting because I hope they kind of do. I hope they're sandbagging, because 2026, the EV landscape could very well look very different compared to what it is now. So I really hope that they're kind of getting their gear straight and getting into this relatively early, so then that way they can be mass produced a little bit before 2026 to kind of surprise everybody, kind of like Tesla and the Model Y. Like I said, this is a game-changing vehicle for Rivian. This is like their Tesla Model 3, Model Y. So the R3 and the R3X and the R2 are their Model Y, Model 3 type vehicles, which is going to guide them along further into the future. And like I said, let's try to get into the R3. Rivian does not necessarily do cars. Their thing is kind of trucks and SUVs, which makes a lot of sense compared to their competition. It's kind of part of their ethos to be adventurous, and cars don't necessarily fit into that narrative for them. And it's interesting because I can't, for some reason, bring up the R3. So what we'll do is bring up Rivian R3. The R3 is going to be built off of the same platform as the R2. Yeah, this is interesting. Not coming up. Well, we'll just go to their website. So this is the lineup here. You have the R2, the R3, and the R3X. The R3X is kind of the performance / rally version, is what I like to call it. That's what it reminds me of. The shape of the R3 and the R3X seems very familiar and kind of old school, if you will. And it's not bad. It's definitely nice. It reminds you of like a Ford Pinto mixed with like an updated vibe. So this is something that I'm glad that they brought to us, because like I said, it's relatively familiar looking yet new. They kept their signature look in the front, which I'm growing on it very. Yeah, I'm growing on it. Let's put it that way. Here in the Charlotte area, we don't get many Rivians. It's kind of in the stage where, kind of like Tesla Model 3s and Model S's, you didn't really see them as often. I think that's where we're kind of about for them right now. We do have a service center here, but it's not like a big service center, kind of like Tesla service center, which update, Tesla's getting 2 service centers here in the Charlotte area. But yeah, I really sucks that I can't really see too much of the R3. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's the website itself, but this is highly unfortunate. Yeah, it's got to be the website, because can't be me. Can't be me. Let's try going to explore here. Yeah, same thing. Sorry guys. So yeah, unfortunately, we can get some images here. Yep, here we go. The R3. This is a pretty nice one here, where the guy has a surfboard in it. Like I said, it looks like a car that's sitting on like a truck platform in some way, shape, or form. And then you have the hot hatch here. That's kind of what everybody's calling it. The hot hatch, just to kind of open the window here. But then also the whole thing does raise up here in the back. Oh, sorry guys. I will get this to you. Yes. So, there we go. Here it is. It's a hot hatch. As you can see, the guy has a surfboard in here. This whole part raises up as well if you close this. So that's not too much different. You have a little bit less space behind the second row compared to the R2. This is more like your compact vehicle from Rivian here that they're trying to show you guys. I believe it still has the same amount of space as the R2 as far as the front goes, if you see that here. And definitely going to be something to watch. Marquez Brownlee and a lot of the other high profile YouTubers were able to get a good look at this, and this was Rivian's one more thing, which I actually liked. Rivian, RJ Scaringe, they're doing good work over there, and I just hope that they continue this and that they have enough cash in order to get to this, so in that way they can have that Model 3 moment. If you guys are familiar with the Model 3 almost bankrupted Tesla. Tesla was about to be gone, and Elon has stated in many, many interviews that, concepts are hard, or like prototypes are, concepts and prototypes are easy. Large scale production is hard. And Rivian's going to find that out. But if they can make it through the other side of this, they're going to be quite okay. Right now in the US, we need a good second option. And I think Rivian's there. It's not that I don't believe in the big three, but they're just caught up in so many other things. They can't make EVs profitably that I don't think that, they should really focus on that. I think Tesla and Rivian, as far as EVs go, will be the future of the United States. And I think that they can do it. They just have to manage what they're doing wisely. And like I said, it's going to be hard, but I think they got it. But other than that, guys, this is just a quick one. I just wanted to bring to you guys, wanted to give you my thoughts and also let you know that, hey, all Juiced Up EV podcast is still here and we are going harder than ever. Definitely tune in and we will see you guys in the next one. Please do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button and interact with us in the comments if you like anything R2 related or R3X related. See you in the next one.